Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone. Passion for excellence.
Here are today's top headlines. GMC sales picking up. Chrysler runs into problems with its suppliers, and Ford unveils its new Super Duty pickup. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Friday, September 25th, 2009, and now the news. 2 days ago, Ford announced it sees sales in the American market growing by 2 million units next year. Now, GM says it also sees sales growing. Not quite as bullish as Ford, but still pretty good. The Associated Press reports that GM CEO Fritz Henderson says sales will grow by 1 million to 1.5 million units next year. And on last night's Autoline After Hours, Tim Luliet, the chairman of Dura Automotive, said automotive suppliers will do a lot better next year, even if sales don't improve at all. That's because automakers sold so many cars out of inventory this year, and now, without that excess inventory, they have to build cars to meet customer orders. But Chrysler could be running into trouble as it tries to develop new cars. The Wall Street Journal says suppliers are reluctant to bid on new programs at Chrysler because the company will not guarantee production levels of any vehicles. Suppliers say they can't figure out what their costs are going to be if they don't know what production volumes will be. Typically, automakers will allow suppliers to recoup pricing if production does not hit pre-agreed levels, but Chrysler doesn't want to do that, so suppliers are balking at the arrangement. GM is showing its second-generation hydrogen fuel cell system. It's half the size, over 200 pounds lighter, and uses fewer precious metals than the previous system that's currently being demonstrated in the Chevy Equinox. GM says it can be packaged in about the same space as a four-cylinder engine and that it could be commercialized by 2015. Now all we have to do is figure out how to get the hydrogen to run those systems. You've probably heard the debate over whether electric vehicles are dangerous because they're so silent. Pedestrians, especially the blind, could get hit by a car because they don't know when one is approaching. That's why automakers are working on creating artificial engine sounds for EVs. But according to Bloomberg, Nissan's taking an interesting approach. Instead of recreating traditional engine noises, Nissan consulted music composers to create more artistic and futuristic sounds for its electrics. The company says the artificial engine noises are reminiscent of those of the flying cars in the movie Blade Runner. The sound system turns on automatically once the car is started and turns off once the vehicle reaches 12 miles an hour or about 20 kilometers an hour, because at that speed there's enough noise made by the tires. And I'd say make my sound that of a 16-cylinder radial engine at redline. Even the deaf would hear that one coming. Wards reports that Land Rover is going to build its LRX concept vehicle that debuted at the Detroit Auto Show back in 2008. It featured a diesel-electric hybrid powertrain that reduced fuel consumption by a claimed 30% compared to similar vehicles. The concept could travel up to 20 miles an hour on electric power. A production version of the LRX could really help Land Rover's CAFE score, but the company will not say whether the production vehicle will be a hybrid or not. Coming up next, we'll take a look at Ford's new Super Duty pickup. We'll be back right after this.
Changing tires out here could be dangerous, but with these tires, I don't need to worry.
Bridgestone.
Yesterday, Ford revealed its redesigned 2011 Super Duty pickup at the Texas State Fair. The hard-working truck gets a restyled exterior, but the biggest news is what's underneath. It offers 2 brand-new engines and a brand-new transmission. Among other things, the redesigned torque shift 6-speed automatic has several new features, like a first-in-class power takeoff. The Live Drive PTO allows the transmission to directly run things like snow plows, cement mixers, and dump trucks anytime the engine's running. Under the hood, Ford's much-talked-about 6.2-liter V8 makes its debut. The big-bore gasoline power plant has single overhead camshafts, as well as 2 valves and 2 spark plugs per cylinder. The top engine is a brand new 6.7-liter Power-Stroke diesel that was completely done in-house. Ford designed, engineered, and now builds this engine. It features a compacted graphite iron block for strength and lower weight, as well as an inverted layout. That is, the 2-in-1 turbo is mounted in the valley of the V rather than off to the side, which saves space. Ford is also bragging about how quiet this new diesel is.
This is the old diesel sound. This is the new diesel sound.
Interestingly, the Power-Stroke is certified to run on biodiesel up to B20. Ford hasn't released any horsepower or torque numbers for these new engines, so stay tuned. Hey, it's a Friday, and that means it's time for me to give you this week's answer to our trivia question. We asked you to tell us what Audi translates into in English, and the correct answer is Audi means to listen or to hear. As always, we picked the winner's name at random from all the correct answers, and the winner is Mike Smith from Alexandria, Louisiana. Congratulations, Mike. You just won this Acura Motorsports baseball hat. And don't forget to stop by our Autoline online store. You can buy all kinds of Autoline items from t-shirts and hats to coffee mugs and DVDs. Just visit our website and check it out. With the holidays coming, makes good gifts. And that's it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.